On to you Scorpios. You Scorpios have the Chariot, the Emperor, and then you have the Hierophant. So 3 major arcana back to back for you Scorpios. So look, the Chariot right here speaks to how a lot of you Scorpios, sorry about that. The Chariot speaks to somebody, how do I say this? It's an individual that questions somebody, or I don't want to, do I really want to say the word interrogate? But see, this is what I'm trying to say, right? Like, it's a person who basically asks questions to have a better understanding of someone, something, and they don't necessarily ask the light and easy questions. They ask questions that require they ask good questions, right? Very invasive, interesting questions that it takes a person out of their comfort zone, and now they have to actually sit there and think about the question to answer it, if they even have an answer. And this is what it is that you Scorpios are doing. You Scorpios have that element in you, and a lot of you Scorpios are now being able to actually, when you interact with others, the interactions are starting to become a lot more smooth. And what I mean when I say smooth, I mean a lot more fluid, right? A lot of you Scorpios understanding that, once again, and I really mean this, this really is about what it is that you really want to, this is light. That is the sunlight right there. That is the sunlight. But the beaming was getting into my eyes. But anyway, so a lot of you Scorpios are starting to have these interactions go more smoothly. And what I mean when I say more smoothly, I mean like you're starting to actually be able to relax and just overall be more confident, because this is about you. And this is about what it is that you Scorpios want. And what I mean by that is, whatever your style is, whatever your swag is, whatever your style, getting in touch with yourself, whatever you actually are, you Scorpios are able to really do that now, where this is more about how you approach people. You don't really feel embarrassed. You don't feel like somebody has to kind of, you don't feel embarrassed. You don't feel embarrassed for trying to speak to somebody. You don't. And you shouldn't. The Emperor and the Hierophant, like I said before, you shouldn't, because that's how a relationship begins. You know what I mean? That's how a relationship begins. If not a romantic relationship, it could be a friendship. Sometimes being friends puts you in a better position sometimes than just being, romantic relationships. But you could rub elbows with some people, if you know what I mean. But the Emperor and the Hierophant represents also, too, a lot of you are learning how to be a lot more patient and just pay attention to see if somebody is choosing you as well. And that also does help if a person is interested in you. Obviously, sometimes it can backfire, but really what matters at the end of the day, Scorpio, is to see if you and a person are truly compatible. That's what matters at the end of the day. Whether you approach them, they approach you, regardless of who approached who, it doesn't matter. What matters is that if the two of you are actually capable of making something work. You want to get something established. You want to get something established, okay? You want to actually make sure that you and the other person actually has a form of connection, and you are making something work. It's a relationship, it's a connection. However it starts off, that has legs, it's going somewhere. If the relationship is stagnant and it's stuck in the mud and it's staying, then obviously you may like this person. And you know what? To tell you something, Scorpio, the person may like you also, but you still have to leave them alone regardless. There's been a lot of people that I may have been interested in, but I had to stop talking to, like it is, I said before, Snow the product, Snow the product, love Snow, still love Snow, you know what I'm saying? If Snow wasn't doing her thing or whatnot, or whatever, you know, living her alternative lifestyle, I would have tried to holler at Snow myself, you know, try to get at her, you know. Her son would have been ours. But the thing about it is, you know, I got to respect the fact that she's doing her own thing. You feel me? Right? Hey, it is what it is. Live and let live. And, you know, we're on two different sides of the track, but I still got love for her because of the fact that, she was a young Mexican that didn't really ever, people didn't give a chance. And she basically kicked down the doors to have people give her a chance because putting out great content, putting out great music, the music is on point, you know, and then you asking her questions. It sounds to me like she had and has a head on her shoulders, you know, certain regards, you know. Obviously, I disagree on certain things. But the point that I'm trying to make here is you may like somebody, but the two of you don't end up together for whatever reason. And it's okay. It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, you know, you have to chastise or always end up having to be in some sort of romantic relationship with a person. And this is why it is that I say, my dear Scorpios, that not every connection has to be a relationship. See, a lot of these dating coaches, they're steering a lot of y'all wrong, telling y'all that nonsense, because sometimes things honestly don't work out due to circumstances. And the person could really be giving you an alley-oop or a helping hand because they may know that they're dysfunctional. And they trying to get you to stay away from all that type of nonsense. You feel what I'm saying? By telling you no. But you don't know it. And then you listening to these goofballs who you know, using you to get a paycheck up on out of you, right? In the form of like them giving you dating coaching services. They talking about how it is that you goofy if you don't try harder. Boom, you're so persistent, you find yourself into a relationship with this person, and then this person is running amok into your life because they like playing the games, they like being dysfunctional, they like messing with you, they like getting on your nerves, they like playing games, they like this stuff. You don't want that. So now the Three of Cups here, and the Devil card represents, I just see a lot of you Scorpios being able to be a lot more elusive, a lot more fluid, a lot more liquid, you know. And what I'm really mean by that is, and it's ironic that I'm talking to a Scorpio and they're the water sign, but I'm talking to them about liquidity. But the point is, right? That's neither here nor there, right? That's neither here nor there, man. The point that I'm trying to make here with that is that you're learning how to socialize a lot better. And the socialization, you being able to socialize with others a lot better, is what's making it so that you're able to make better decisions based upon that. And what I mean by that is, you Scorpios interact with others and like they show you that they are not a very good match. You ask them questions, right, on some chariot type stuff. You find out that they are not really a good match for you. The two of you don't have similar value systems. So the two of you probably wouldn't be good in a relationship. And that's cool. But then when they write the Three of Cups and the Devil card, but then they see you as valuable. They see you as like a, you know what I'm saying? They see you as valuable. So now you know, the two of you aren't compatible romantically, and you may be the one now to start telling people no. The script is flipped to where you Scorpios will be the one to tell them no. You'll be the one to tell them that you're not interested. You know, you'll be the one to tell them that, you know, you don't necessarily think that you and them are going to be a very good match for one another. So because you told them that, they're like, well, wait, where are you going? And then you Scorpios are like, well, I'm going away. Like, I'm getting out of Dodge, right? I'm getting low, right? As they say in New York, I'm getting low. I'm staying low on top of that, right? Basically, it means to stay out of the way. It means to just lay low. It means to not really, it means to be incognito, right? Inconspicuous, not really seek out attention. Just, you know, and the thing is that you'll have a lot more people now to you Scorpios been like, oh no, I want you around now. So now, instead of you Scorpios always having to be the one to tell them that you want them around or give off that impression, now they're essentially letting you know that they want you around. So now they'll try to keep in some form of contact with you, some form of connection. They want to interact with you. They want to connect with you. I'm gonna go eat after this, right? No, I'm probably gonna let it rock for a few hours and then I'm gonna go eat. But that's my stomach growling. But you know how it is that you get so hungry to the point where you start burping because of the gas that's on your stomach, right? That's in your chest, I should say. That's what's going on. But anyway, right? But anyway, like I said, I'll eat later. I just got to get my cardio and workout in. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, for you Scorpios, a lot of you very much so are just, you're the one that's starting to see the results, getting the value. Where it's like people are trying to contact you. They want you to be around. The Three of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Cups right here speaks to how a lot of you Scorpios just have a lot to look forward to. The Three of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Cups. Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. You Scorpios understand more of your value. You Scorpios are interested in finding out more of your value. You want to find out what your value really is. You want to understand what you Scorpios are truly capable of as far as bringing value to the table. And then you have the King of Cups and the King of, okay, cool. The King of Cups, right? I'm checking the time. The King of Cups right here represents how, and you're going to step to people like that. You're going to approach people like that. Even when people approach you, you're going to talk to them in a manner where you're not disrespectful, you know. The point is not to disrespect them, but the point is to be bold with who you are, you know, without being disrespectful. Be bold with who you are. And I just see a lot of you Scorpios are doing a very great job doing that, because the fact that a lot of you Scorpios understanding your value, and like it is, I said before, the point is to understand your value. Don't get pompous with it. But if you can do those two things, where you can be confident but not be a jerk with it, great. Great. Because we really need to start actually really saying what dating really is about, you know, as opposed to catering to the ego. Because the ego is not really going to bring us anywhere when it comes to love. The ego has nothing to do with love, as a matter of fact. The ego is about survival and excessive individualism if you allow it to get too far, right? Individualism just in general, but it can become excessive if you allow the ego to be inflated and you have a sense of self-worth. Now you start treating people like trash. That's not what it is that you want to do, right? So because of the fact that a lot of you Scorpios are talking to people and they like how you socialize, because like with me, even for instance or whatever, I can say in plain conversation, if I don't know something, I don't know something. And again, there's no ego attached to this. Like there's not a whole lot of ego really attached to this. Not really, as far as me being myself, as you know what I'm saying, to show y'all what I'm talking about. Do I still get people who are attracted to me? Yeah. But it doesn't have anything to do with me trying to act like I'm something that I'm not. I'm into anime. I'm into skateboarding. I like tarot cards. I do astrology. It's what it is that I do. I love it. I love spirituality. It's something, that is something that essentially that I always wanted to do. Because I just love the idea of getting paid and getting money for what it is that you love to do, something that you're good at. You know, I used to speak to spirits when I was younger. And how I know that to be true is because I'll tell y'all the story real quick, right? So basically, I was a toddler, right? A little one. And my sister had taken me over to her friend's house. Long story short, basically, long story short, Spirit told me. And as you can see, I'm remembering it like Spirit told me. Long story short, that's what happened. You know, I was asking the Spirit or a spirit what was going on, having a conversation with it. Right? Of course, I'm a toddler. I can't really use my words. And the Spirit just told me the middle name, the middle name of my sister's best friend. And I was able to say the first and middle name. And when I said it out loud, they were both shocked. And I don't speak to spirits anymore. Because I think that would be a little bit too much for my psyche to have ghosts haunting my place and all that stuff and breaking stuff and making stuff an issue, especially when I already have issues of my own as far as, just building this business and essentially, working on my own self, learning how to get to sleep on time and stuff like this or whatnot. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that this is who I am, like I'll say things like ghost or whatnot or whatever the case may be as a slang term of like just being out of the way and just not really making too much noise and just living as much of a peaceful life as you possibly can, right? And you'll see like orbs and spirits and stuff like this in my videos. I have that much influence. Now, I'm not going to say that I control them. They're not like my servants in any shape, form, or fashion. But for me to have this much, and I'm thankful for it, but for me to have this much influence and stuff like this, and just power or influence or whatnot, that's who I am over spirits. You feel what I'm saying? That's who and I'm glad, but that's who I am. And so the thing is that I don't have to be ripping and running around and interacting with like, trying to act like I'm something that I'm not or whatever. I don't have to really do any of that because you will see how I'm an interesting guy in the first place. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that being yourself works. Okay, being yourself, my dear Scorpio, works. You have the Nine of Wands, and then you Scorpios have the Ten of Pentacles. And these two cards right here represents how a lot of you are learning how to set yourselves free. The Nine of Wands speaks to how the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles speaks to kind of the comparison of how things used to be when you would try to force it, look like you're cool, act like you're cool. And then now it's like, trust me, a lot of people are into that weird stuff. People are more into spirituality than you think. I've spoken to so many different people who I'm flirting with, trying to get to know. Not recently, but I mean like the time when I used to try to get to know them, whatnot, right? Last year, earlier this year, whatnot, real early. Because the person basically was blowing smoke over to me to have me get to know them, right? To have me pay attention to them. So I was like, okay, I'll go ahead and have a conversation with this person or whatnot because they're trying to get my attention. All right, went over there. But the point that I'm trying to make here with all of that is the fact that you Scorpios' life has gotten much better, is what I'm saying. Because now, you're not trying to force something to be something that is not. And so because you're not forcing it, you're able to actually engage with people in a more genuine way and actually get what it is that you want and less of what it is that you don't want. So let's clarify the Ten of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups, the Seven of Cups, Lovers, yeah, the Eight of Cups, and then you have the Seven of Pentacles for you Scorpios. The Queen of Cups and the Seven of Cups, the Lovers. I don't have any nails, so keep my nails short. You know what I'm saying? As I should, right? But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that so the Queen of Cups and the the Seven of Cups and the Lovers for you Scorpio speaks to how a lot of you are, a lot of people are attracted to you. A lot more people are attracted to you. And one thing that a lot of you Scorpios are learning is that the fact that you don't necessarily always have to be so mysterious. Now, the mysterious thing is working. Keep that. But you don't always have to be so mysterious in the sense that internally, you don't have to be a volcano internally anymore. And if you are going to continue to be that, you have to learn how to use that to your advantage. You can learn to use that to your advantage. And what I mean by that is you don't have to be so upset about circumstances. And I've talked about this before, and I've talked about this. What it is that what you really need, honestly speaking, if I really had to just give it a name, bam, you really need knowledge. You really need knowledge, because see, the more knowledge that you gain is the more you know how to flip it, freak things, flip it, bounce it, turn it into what you want to make it, because you have the knowledge of how it works. You have the knowledge of what happens. You have the knowledge of it. So now that you have the knowledge of it, now you're able to change it, like alchemy, change it, transmutate it. You can do whatever you want to do with it because you have the knowledge as to what to do, right? And then you've lived the experience of it. That helps it too, to speed up the learning process, because now you haven't just read it in a book or heard it from somebody. You've actually tested it out. And now that you Scorpios have had the knowledge from being over here, the next thing for you Scorpios to do is just keep trying your hand with what works for you and what doesn't. And I've talked about this before. There really is no need to, I used to be so upset when it comes to certain things, right? Why is it that I couldn't get a person that I was interested in? Part of that stuff came from knowledge. I didn't realize how much I needed to know the knowledge. A lot of that stuff was because these individuals have money. These individuals was older. These individuals was in the game. And here I am with my sincere self. You dig what I'm saying? And they in the game. So, and then I realized at some point, I can't really be so upset, because at the end of the day, this person is helping me by telling me no, because they in the game. So all I would do is just get someone that wants me to pay all the bills, take care of them and stuff like this. Basically a leech, a person that doesn't really have any kind of life skills other than just being pretty. So then you have the Eight of Cups, and then you Scorpios have the Seven of Pentacles. So now a lot of you Scorpios are able to actually turn down dimes. Turn up as far as physical attraction, turn down very handsome or pretty individuals, because that's not phasing you anymore. You've been around how many? So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Come through and get a reading from me so I can most definitely keep my channel up. The link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. And like it is that I said before, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Because I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100,000 subs. We have 16,100 and change. So please, drop a comment too. That helps.